Hey guys, Mars here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to be taking a look at the AGL Great Ape Turles EZA that released on Global at the same time as the Turles celebration began. This is a sub EZA from the normal AGL Turles event. This came back actually yesterday or the day before, so I did mention in previous videos you could pre-farm these medals. It's the old standard sub EZA method, so you have to just replay the stages with stamina in order to get the medals, but obviously I had these pre-farmed as soon as the celebration dropped. We got this guy awakened. I think by the time this video goes up, I have briefly used him in a video, but I wanted to do a proper showcase for him. So here he is, level 140, SA 15. I haven't given him skill orbs yet because I want to give him his first proper sort of tryout here, and then I'll decide how I want to build him in that respect. Obviously full level 10 links. So his super attack effect, he greatly raises attack for 1 turn, does supreme damage and has a high chance to stun. He gets attack and defense 120%, key 3 and an additional attack and defense 120% when key is 9 or more. So remember, that will be factored in when he attacks. So he's not going to be a slot 1 unit. He won't be great against AoEs, unfortunately. But when key is 9 or more, and then he gets an additional 120% defense when there are 5 or more space traveling warriors allies on the team. So that does include him. So him and both the Turles friends, that will be 3. And then I think on this team we have like Amandan, Raisin, we have Chilai. So we've got the allies for that. He will get that at the start of turn. Then he launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super when there is another planetary destruction ally in the same turn, or a low-class warrior enemy, and then he has the chance to turn into the giant ape. So we have him here, turn 1, with support from Chilai, 345k. Remember, he's going to get 120% on super attack. So, because we're going to get 9 key, right? So he's going to be going up to over 700k defense on this turn, which is pretty good. So we'll get Chilai to go first here. We'll grab these for you. Now, obviously, he is level 10 links, so he's getting big bad bosses active here. Thirst for Conquest, Prepared for Battle, Destroyer of the Universe. These are all very, very good links that he shares with the physical Turles. So I think for this particular showcase, I think this Great Ape Turles' main strength is going to be as a floating unit on the physical Turles team, because physical Turles is not a slot 1 unit. So if you're running his team, he's going to be in slot 2 for the most of the time. So you want units in slot 3 that are not only going to work well on the team, but will give him big bad bosses, can hold their own in that final slot. And so this Great Ape Turles, I think, is going to be really good for that. But for the purposes of doing a showcase, we're going to keep him on main rotation. So I'm going to float both of the physical Turles. And then I'm going to float the, I think, did I bring the Turles army as well? So they're all going to be floating. They're going to be giving him all of those Turles specific links that he wants. And then once we get them off onto this rotation, because I think they're on the last turn, we'll put Amand and Raisin in slot 1. So they'll be a good tank for him to sit behind in slot 2. And of course, they do provide support to him as well. Now we can stun in this event. So we have got this pretty much completely on lockdown here. We'll do this. I mean, LR Turles at the end is probably not going to get a chance to attack here, but the more supers we can get with physical Turles, obviously the better early on. I mean, it's not a showcase for him, but we will get him floated off. I guess, to be fair, actually, we floated off physical Turles on the previous turn. I should have floated him off this turn as well, because we're going to end up with double Turles next time. But, I mean, it's fine. This is the off rotation, right? The showcase is for Great Ape Turles. Now, the chance to turn into a Great Ape, I'm not actually sure what the exact percentage is now after his EZA, because it's not HP related. So, essentially, it could happen at any time, which I do think is a bit of a downside, because remember, in this current meta, like, the Great Ape transformation is insanely useful, because you're getting to do free damage, but then obviously if the enemy super attacks during the giant form phase, once you come out of it, you can't be super attacked on that next turn. So if you were able to use it strategically, that would be a really, really good like effect that you'd be able to just throw out with this guy, but unfortunately not. So with these guys, he shares these 3 links. Destroyer of the Universe, Thirst for Conquest, and Prepared for Fist Battle are still very, very solid links for him to have active here. No big bad bosses though, so he's still rocking 317 at the start of the turn, K defense, thanks to the support from Amand and Raisin. So that means he's still going up to like 600k. I'm not sure if it factors in all the support, so we're looking at a minimum like 600k defense after he super attacks here, and that's without big bad bosses. So on the next rotation where we do actually have a big bad bosses unit in slot 3, he's going to be looking quite spicy. In fact, we floated off the STR Turles army, didn't we, the previous one? So if they're going to be the next unit in slot 3 for him, not only are they going to be providing him with big bad bosses, they're also going to be giving him an extra 30% attack and defense. So you can see here 7 million and then a 7.5 on a turn where he doesn't have big bad bosses active, and then there's the hidden potential additional as well. So I mean, he has the potential to put out a pretty significant amount of damage. If they had actually given him raises of defense for one turn on super as well, I think he would be at that level where, like, AoEs aside, obviously, he would actually be really, really good for some of the actual difficult content, right? Because after supering, his defense is going to be looking very respectable. And then if he gets those additional supers, those would be bumping his defense up by even more. So on a turn with support, like a Mand and Raisin in slot 1, and a big bad bosses unit in slot 3, after 3 supers, he would probably be around the point of breaking 1 million, like, raw defense, which would be very good. Obviously, big boss supers nowadays, raw defense isn't quite enough, so a really powerful, like, big boss super is still going to do a lot of damage to a unit that just has 1 million defense with no other defensive tech. But that would still be very good. So I do think this Turles is going to be quite useful as a unit on the Dokkan Fest Turles team. Like I say, he more fits into that role of being a 3rd slot floating unit that is there to provide Turles with big bad bosses, or some of those other Turles links, depending on who you have in slot 1. Because the way I've been running the team, if you guys have checked out the other videos, obviously I've only used Turles a few times. All of these recordings are being done, like, basically within a couple of hours of first pulling him. I struggle to find a really, really good slot 1 unit for the other rotation. So on that rotation, Turles isn't getting big bad bosses or Thirst for Conquest or Destroyer of the Universe if we're running, like we are on this team, the Kai Goku. So this is the Great Ape Turles. Massively raises attack temporarily, does destructive damage, and he gets 3 ki and 50% attack. So as you can see, very easy to get the super attacks off here. Obviously, of course, on this turn, we did actually get a bunch of keys, so it wasn't as bad. But very easy to get the Great Ape super attacks, which is obviously what we want. And then he's doing, 2.8. Unfortunately, most giant forms, you're not really doing a crazy amount of damage. Was that an additional super? I think it was. I mean, we'll take those, right? Any extra supers. And then, of course, this happens. We can't die. And then if this was, you know, one of the later phases, if he was actually going to live after all this, he then wouldn't be able to super again, which would be very, very useful. So the only downside, as I've already mentioned, is the fact that this is just, you know, it's random. It's completely beyond our control when he decides to do this. So, you know, we finished off the int second form cell, but did we really need it in that phase? No, not really with this team, right? So this will be a very interesting turn for him, though. I'll be a bit worried about the Team Turles getting supered. But so now we have our full link set aside from Saiyan Raw and Transform. Now, remember, Saiyan Raw is a really, really good link as well in terms of giving extra attack and defense. So if we could get a unit that could somehow activate that and we could have big bad bosses, we'd be pretty good. But yeah, this turn, 383k. So then when we add on 120% defense, he's going to be over like 800k on this turn after supering, which is pretty good. So we'll go ahead and grab this, grab these. Okay, yeah, tons of key for you, so we can actually get the 18 key super. So yeah, I mean, Great Ape Turles certainly looks quite solid. Now, the one thing I noticed actually that they didn't give, actually, let me reread it. Because did I miss out? Like, some of the other giant ape characters, when they got their EZAs, their giant form could be used twice. Does his say that? Oh yeah, it does say up to 2 times. Okay, so that is good. So yeah, he does have the chance to become the giant ape again. And you can look at that. The second super of the turn, 8.7 million. I mean, for a, you know, a sub EZA. Oh, we got the triple super turn, 9.3 million. So yeah, for a sub EZA that's basically just going to be kind of chilling out in slot 3 on the Turles team, he's going to be doing pretty well. Like, again, the AoE, so like Fusion Zamasu, not going to be good for him at all. But yeah, most other events, like unless he's then going to just eat a super to the face from these bigger bosses, he'll be chilling in slot 3, which I think is good, right? That's what these sub EZAs, the bare minimum is what we kind of want from them, right? Is for them to actually be usable and runnable on these teams. So I think we can do this with float off Chile. We do make this rotation a bit weird because every other set of rotations we get double Turles, but we're not here to see this rotation anyway. We're here to see Great Ape Turles. So, but yeah, will we finish off him this turn? Probably not. How much HP has he actually got left? I guess, I mean, oh, Kai Goku's getting an additional. Obviously, Kai Goku's just kind of like the filler. He's the slot 1 unit that I'm running on the team at the moment. I need to find a much better candidate, really. Because, I mean, he doesn't really even share that many links with Turles. He doesn't have Prepared for Battle, so they have Saiyan Warrior, Race, and Fierce Battle. Which, I mean, Fierce Battle Turles is getting from most of the other units that are going to be in slot 3 anyway. So, not a huge benefit, Kai Goku, on this team, because then obviously he's not getting a ton of his links active, so he's not going to be at his best, and mine's only 55%, but Physical Turles just going off here, getting his extra attacks. We must have got to the point where he's now gotten 6 attacks, so he's just going off. Unfortunately, though, we didn't quite finish off Cell, and Chile is not going to be able to, because she doesn't do anything, so yeah, the only problem is slot 1, right? We don't have him sealed, so I guess we could not super with these guys, right? Because unfortunately with Turles and then his crew, they don't share any key links, really. So that does put them in a bit of a sore situation. But at least in this case, it benefits us, right? Because by not getting a super with them, we then get to super with Great Ape Turles again. So we take those. They're going to eat a super here now. They should be fine, right? Yeah, 132. I mean, it's not great, but we'll take it. And then, yeah, 7.2 on this turn with Physical Turles. So we've got big bad bosses. We just don't have any extra support other than what Amand and Raisin are giving. But, I mean, there you go. Decent attack stats. He's landing the crits. In this event, you can actually stun. So that's going quite well. How much damage will this do, actually? Let me put the skip on, because he's gotten a few stacks off now. We're on turn 9. Yeah, 13 million damage with no crit. That's pretty good. So you see these characters that have damage dealing active skills and also stack attack, which is one of the biggest mistakes they made, I guess, with the LR Ultima Gohan, like Beast Gohan, right? Is him not stacking attack means if you do his active skill at like the earliest point you can do it, it really doesn't do a lot of damage, right? Whereas units like this, Turles with his stacking attack, like, you know, that was a pretty hard-hitting active skill that we just did. Because also, again, as I've mentioned in the previous videos, if you've got the 6 attacks off with Turles already, he's effective against all types. Oh, great, yeah, Kai Goku getting us killed, nice. Yeah, he's effective against all types, so his active skill is effective against all types as well. So, I mean, there you go. That was Great Ape Turles. I think he's pretty solid. We saw basically all the numbers we would need to see. Would have been cool to see him in the AGL, in the STR phase, I guess, but I mean, we saw all of his numbers. The fact that we got the triple super turn and he got up to over 9 million attack stat, I think is pretty good for him as well, because that's not on a particularly over-juiced like turn. Like if he's in slot 3 next to Turles and it's on the rotation where Amand and Raisin are in slot 1 to give support, that's a very realistic turn for him, right? So sticker effect's okay, not great, but yeah, there you go. Great Ape Turles. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I think for a sub EZA, he definitely is very, very good. So let me know your thoughts down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.